What if I told you that the way world leaders, business moguls, and military commanders make decisions today owes a debt to a man who lived over 500 years ago? Niccolò Machiavelli, an Italian diplomat, philosopher, and writer, penned ideas that continue to shape the strategies of power and influence in our modern world. While his name is often associated with ruthlessness and manipulation, his true legacy is far more nuanced. From Renaissance Italy to the present day, Machiavelli's insights into leadership, politics, and power have left an indelible mark on how we navigate the complex world of influence. Welcome to The Unfolding Journey, the channel where we explore the greatest minds and ideas that have shaped history and continue to impact the present. If you're passionate about history, politics, philosophy, and how past lessons can guide us today, you're in the right place. In this video, we're diving into the world of Niccolò Machiavelli, looking at how his ideas still reverberate across the corridors of power, from Renaissance courts to modern-day political strategy. Before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our deep dives into history's greatest thinkers and the legacies they left behind. Let's jump into the world of Machiavelli. Niccolò Machiavelli was born in 1469 in Florence, Italy, a city that was both a center of cultural flourishing and political instability. The Renaissance, a period of revival in art, science, and thought, was also a time of great political intrigue. Florence was caught in the power struggle between the ruling Medici family, who had been exiled and then returned to power, and the Republican factions that sought to keep the city a bastion of civic freedom. Machiavelli's early career as a diplomat and civil servant in the Republic of Florence allowed him to observe firsthand the complex relationships between rulers and states, allies and enemies, conspirators and loyalists. But it was his experiences during a period of political turmoil, particularly the fall of the Medici regime in Florence in 1512, that left a lasting impact on his worldview. In 1512, after the Medici family regained power, Machiavelli was dismissed from his post, imprisoned, and even tortured on suspicion of conspiracy. After being released, he retired to his family estate and began to write the works that would cement his place in history, The Prince being the most famous of them all. This political treatise, written in 1513 and published posthumously in 1532, would forever change the way we think about power, politics, and leadership. At its core, Machiavelli's philosophy in The Prince is pragmatic, focused on the realpolitik of maintaining and consolidating power rather than adhering to idealistic moral or ethical principles. For Machiavelli, the ultimate goal of any ruler was to secure the stability and success of their state, even if that meant resorting to deceit, manipulation, or cruelty. Some of the most controversial ideas from The Prince include: the ends justify the means. This phrase, though not directly quoted from Machiavelli, is often associated with his thought. Machiavelli argued that a ruler must be willing to do whatever it takes to maintain power, whether through manipulation, coercion, or violence. The morality of the actions taken was secondary to the stability they brought. Virtù and fortuna. Machiavelli introduced two key concepts in his work. Virtù, the qualities of a ruler, including decisiveness, strength, and adaptability, and fortuna, the role of luck or fortune in success. He argued that a ruler's skill in managing both virtù and fortuna would determine their success or failure. The fear of a prince. While many rulers strive to be loved, Machiavelli believed that it was far safer to be feared than loved. Love, he argued, was fickle, while fear, when properly maintained, was more dependable in securing loyalty and compliance. The use of deception. In the pursuit of power, a prince might need to use deceit and duplicity. According to Machiavelli, appearances often matter more than reality, and a ruler must be skilled in manipulating perceptions to maintain control. To fully appreciate Machiavelli's ideas, we need to understand the political landscape of Renaissance Italy. The fragmented state of Italy at the time, a collection of city-states, each with its own interests, was a breeding ground for political instability and ruthless maneuvering. The Medici family, the Sforza dynasty, and the papacy were just some of the major players who relied on Machiavellian strategies to survive and thrive. Italy was not united under a single nation-state like modern countries today. It was a patchwork of independent republics, kingdoms, and territories, all vying for power and influence. In this highly competitive environment, a ruler's ability to outthink, outmaneuver, and even betray rivals was paramount. Machiavelli's observations reflected the pragmatic nature of these times. The ideas he outlined in The Prince were not mere philosophical musings. They were responses to the real-world challenges that rulers like Cesare Borgia, the Medici family, and others faced in consolidating and maintaining power. Despite being written in the early 1500s, Machiavelli's work has had a profound and lasting impact on modern political strategy. His ideas continue to influence leaders, from politicians to corporate executives, who seek to understand the dynamics of power and influence in a competitive world. In the realm of politics, Machiavelli's teachings are still evident today. Modern political figures, from Winston Churchill to Vladimir Putin, have been known to utilize Machiavellian tactics in their strategies for gaining and maintaining power. The concept of virtue can be seen in leaders who are adaptable and resourceful, while fortuna is reflected in the role that chance or opportunity plays in political outcomes. Machiavelli's influence extends beyond politics. In business, his strategies of manipulation, deception, and the maintenance of control are often applied in high-stakes negotiations, corporate rivalries, and leadership tactics. The rise of the competitive, survival of the fittest mindset in the corporate world can be traced back to the principles Machiavelli laid out. Despite his immense influence, Machiavelli's work has been subject to ethical criticism. Many view his ideas as immoral, suggesting that his call for unscrupulous tactics undermines the ideals of justice, fairness, and human decency. The term Machiavellian has, in modern parlance, become synonymous with deceit, manipulation, and ruthlessness. However, others argue that Machiavelli was merely being realistic in his assessments of political life. In his view, politics was a game of survival, and any ruler who sought to play by ethical standards would ultimately fail. In this sense, Machiavelli might be considered less a villain and more a realist, offering a practical guide to navigating a brutal world. Machiavelli's ideas continue to resonate because they tap into the timeless realities of power, ambition, and survival. Whether you agree with his conclusions or not, his ability to distill the dynamics of human nature into a coherent political philosophy has made his work indispensable to anyone who seeks to understand how power is gained, maintained, and lost. The world of politics may have changed dramatically since the time of Renaissance Italy, but the fundamental principles of power remain largely the same. Leaders still rely on cunning, strategy, and adaptability to secure their position in the world. In this sense, Machiavelli's The Prince is not just a relic of the past. It is a guidebook for anyone who seeks to understand the underlying forces that shape our world today. If you've enjoyed this exploration of Machiavelli's lasting impact on political strategy, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more deep dives into history's most fascinating thinkers and their influence on the world. Join us on this unfolding journey, and let's continue to uncover the stories that have shaped our world. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.